All right, so we are live testing. Let me know if you guys can't hear me on YouTube. We'll get started here in about 30 seconds at 4:30. So wait for some people to join on TikTok, and then we'll get started. Finally, there's another buy on ElonOne. The last buy before that was like an hour and a half ago. This was a small buy, 0.09. But I don't think it was a new buyer. Oh, it was a new buyer. That's awesome. Well, it says they put $300 in. It was a new buyer, but they have $861 of ElonOne, so I'm not sure how that makes any sense. Okay, I'm not sure how that doesn't make any sense to me. But it says they bought $300, but they have $800, $860 in on Etherscan. So I don't know how that math is adding up, but okay. Anyway, so that would make me believe that they're not a new buyer. Not that it really matters, but now I'm curious. Yeah, they're definitely not a new buyer. I don't know why it says they are, because they're not. But not that that matters. Let's get over to Bitcoin and see how that's doing, and then we'll get over to JASMY, and then we'll go back to ElonOne. How's it going, Matthew? So let's look at Bitcoin on the daily chart. So right now, Bitcoin is at $42,790. We had support at 43.3, I believe. The next stop is 42K. Our low for the day was $42,380. The next stop is 42K. We're probably going to hit that now that we're below that last support at 43.3. I do have the 236 fib at 43. I guess that was at 43.2. So that was the last fib. Your local low below 42K though is 35,732. But I know you have support at 42K. So that's the next level I would be targeting on Bitcoin. If you don't hold that, you would probably have a huge capitulation down to 40, because that's a psychological support, and then 36.1 would be your next target. Let's go over to the RSI and see how that's looking on Bitcoin. The 15-minute chart is starting to go up, so maybe not the best time to enter a trade. Like I said, plus you're not at support right now. The 1-hour chart is ready to be reset, but still in a downtrend for right now. The 4-hour chart on Bitcoin RSI is the 4-hour RSI chart on Bitcoin is in a downtrend that has a lot more room it can consolidate down. I would still look for 42K on Bitcoin. And the daily chart on Bitcoin is about to reset, but it still has not bottomed yet. So my guess is 42K is the next target. I would expect a good bounce at 42K, probably back to 43.3. And then you'll try to break that resistance. If you don't, then you're going to retest 42K again. And that's kind of that. But next target, I think over the weekend we probably just go sideways on Bitcoin. So I would expect chop between $42,000 and $43,300 for Bitcoin. If we broke out of that zone, I would expect it to be to the upside, because it looks like on some of the bigger time frames, Bitcoin is getting ready for a bounce here in the near future. But I think we have to hit the support first. And if Bitcoin hits the support, then that's really bullish for altcoins. So that's kind of where I see Bitcoin going in the near future, a little bit further down before you get the bounce. So let's go over to JASMY now. JASMY is currently at 2.7 cents. I said earlier today, if you don't hold, I think it was a 2.83 level. That was the last local low. You made a new local low at 2.6. It's still on the table to easily hit probably 2.4 cents is the next stop. That's where I have support right below that 2.38. So that 2.4 level is really the next target for JASMY. That's where I'm expecting it to go next. If you don't hold that, it's looking like your next local low would be 1.8. But that's kind of, JASMY does not look good right now. Let's go over look and see how the RSI is looking for JASMY. The 15-minute chart on JASMY is overbought, so stay away from this if you're just trying to enter a trade on JASMY. Now's not the time. Plus, again, you're not at that 2.4 level yet, so why would you enter a trade? The 1-hour chart is technically bullish on the RSI, but it's up there at 40, so I would still not be getting into a trade on the 1-hour chart. The 4-hour chart has bottomed, but has not turned bullish. The blue line is still below the orange line, so that's still a stay away zone. And the daily chart on JASMY technically has bottomed and is turning bullish, but I still think short-term 2.4 is probably at least on the table for JASMY, especially because Bitcoin probably hasn't bottomed yet, at least not. It's close, but it's not there yet. Bitcoin has to at least go down another $700, in my opinion, to bottom, down to 42K. So that's kind of it. Let's go over to ElonOne. Am I into memes? You know, some coins, right? I'm in ElonOne. I don't know if that's a meme coin or anything. It has a good utility and use case. Favorite low cap gems, ElonOne. I've been shilling it for a long time. It's pretty much my only investment in crypto, or at least my biggest one right now. We're going to talk about it right now. You can buy it on Uniswap, and if you join my Telegram group, I can help you guys buy it too if you guys are interested, or do your research before you buy anything. But yeah, so where have I been? I'm live every day, Monday and Friday. I don't know what you mean, where have I been? I'm also on YouTube, so anyways, all right, so let's go over to ElonOne. Right now, the volume is really low. It's at 60, is it 63,000? Oh my God, I mean, last Sunday it was at 800,000 volume. Now it's at 63,000. You know what is a good thing is when the volume gets lower, it means sellers are exhausted. You know, so that is good. This, if you guys are on YouTube, you guys can see what I'm talking about. This is like not, yeah, I would say this is an indicator of the fib channel. I didn't know you could do the fibs like in a sideways channel. I thought it was just straight up and down. I hope that makes sense. Let me go to the full screen. Where is my... The other thing weird about DEX tools is when I'm on the 4-hour chart, I don't see my fibs that I have on the daily chart. I'm not sure what's up with that. See, on the daily chart, I have fibs that go up and down. The next fib to the upside is going to be at 46.15. Right now we're at 42.25, so that's the next target right now for Elon coin. Let me go back to the 4-hour chart. See, when I go to the 4-hour chart, now those fibs are gone. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know why it does that. But I think the next major target for ElonOne is also the next local high that we had in October of... What was the last local high in October? I'd have to zoom out back to the... I'll go to the 12-hour chart. The last local major high was all the way up here at 85.39. So that's honestly where I think we'd go next. And I think if we get a preview of the marketplace sometime in the next few days, then we see a new all-time high. But if we don't get a preview of it, I think we just slowly go upwards to that level. But it will take a while if we don't get some bullish news. So... Pulse Chain is airdropping free copies of all ERC20s and ETH NFTs. Richard Hart is the founder of... Alright, sweet. I don't really like Richard Hart, to be honest with you, but I guess that doesn't matter. I will look at Ethereum, by the way. I did see that comment. So I will look at that. So that's kind of it for ElonOne. There's really not a lot to talk about today because the volume's been so low and there's been no new news out. So there's not a lot to say about it, but I'm still holding it. I'm going to go to Ethereum right now. Ethereum, it does matter what Ethereum does for ElonOne because they are paired. So if Ethereum goes up and no one buys ElonOne, the price of ElonOne will still go up a little bit. So all right, so we are on the daily chart right now for ElonOne, or for Ethereum. It is looking like the 382 fib is up here at... Hold on. All right, it is looking like the 382 fib is up here at 34.25 for Ethereum. If we get the bounce, that is the next target. To the downside, you have a fib at the 236 level. That's the fib, and that's at 30,90 basically. So a little bit lower, actually $200 lower. It was looking like your low for the day was 31.45, so you never got to that 30.90 level. If Bitcoin does go back to 42K and keeps going down, which it is right now, and now it's at 42.6. If it keeps going down to 42K, there's a chance Ethereum gets down to 30.90 for your next fib. Just look for it. Bitcoin can bounce and Ethereum can still go down a little bit more to that level before it gets the bounce. So 30.90 is possibly on the table, and I would say it's not going to be on the table if you break above 34.20. Let's go to the RSI on Ethereum. The 15-minute chart it's neutral, so nothing bullish, nothing bearish. The 1-hour chart is bottoming, or it's trying to, so look for that to be a bottom. The 4-hour chart is high, so it's still stay away zone. That's why I still think so. The 4-hour chart might be confirming that 30.90 is on the table because that is high and that needs to consolidate down. And the daily chart on Ethereum's RSI is bottomed, but it hasn't gotten the bounce. So it is still technically in a downtrend, but it's getting to the oversold territory. So I would say worst case scenario for Ethereum is 30.90. Also saw that on the Bitcoin chart we had bullish divergence on the bigger time frame. So I don't see us really losing 42K, and I don't see Ethereum worst case scenario losing 30.90 if it even gets that close to that. Because right now you're up at 32.22, and it looks like Bitcoin's about to bottom in a few $100. But if Ethereum did have another correction before you went higher, I would look for that to be 30.90. Free money from Richard Hart. Seems like a good guy. Pulse Chain is airdropping free copies of... I don't understand how that's free money. So I'll have to do more research on that. So yeah, I'm not sure. So okay, I'm gonna go back to JASMY. And if you guys have any requests, let me know. We went through Bitcoin, Ethereum, ElonOne, and did I say JASMY? And JASMY. So 4 coins so far. Yeah. There's not a lot. I don't think there's a lot more to talk about. Bitcoin's going to probably hit 42K before we get the bounce. And over the weekend, it's kind of goes sideways. So like I said, if you guys are just joining, I think Bitcoin's going to go to 42K and probably get a bounce there. But probably over the weekend, we go between 42 and 43.3. I don't really see us going out of that range. And if we did, I would think it would be to the upside. But we'll see what happens. It could definitely wick below it, but I don't think for the majority of the weekend you go much above or much below 42 and 43.3. Please take a look at take a look at Baby Doge. Please take a look at Baby Dogecoin and Volt Inu coin on PooCoin app 1-day chart. Okay, I'll look at. I was in Baby Doge for a while. I don't think I ever made money on that. I think probably I lost money on Baby Doge, but I'll look at it. I don't remember actually, but I do know I bought it at one point. I'm gonna use Dex Tools app though because that's just, that's what I do. All right, so we'll look at the daily chart and go from there. So first of all, what's the volume on Baby Doge today? 16,000. Jeez. Yeah, that's not good. And I think when I was in it, the volume was low too for the longest time. So I think I probably sold. Yeah, I definitely don't have it anymore. All right, so from the top to the bottom. So the bottom was obviously where it first came out. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the last major local bottom, which was 72.44. And then you had the major move up to, without using the wicks on the daily chart, the top was 31.06 if you don't want to use the wicks, which I'm not going to, which would mean right now you're currently sitting at the 236 fib and trying to hold as support. It looks like you almost got 3 bounces off of it. You almost touched it on the 10th of February. You touched it for sure, wicked through it on the 24th. You touched it again the 24th of March, and now you're touching it again a 4th time. If you don't hold it, the more times you do test the support, the more likely you are to break it. I can also see on the daily chart for Baby Doge, you're in a complete downtrend. And until you break above I would say 18. You're not bullish on this. You have to break the downtrend. You're not doing that. At some point, you're going to have and obviously this is major support down here at this 382 fib level because you've touched it so many times. So at some point, you're going to have a major breakout. This technically isn't in it. This is technically in a falling wedge. But yeah, it doesn't look great right now. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. So I'd be inclined to say you're gonna. Well, I can't say which direction. It's hard to do T on a coin with the volume being so low. But you're definitely in a falling wedge. So it looks like the breakout point either to the upside, or you're gonna either have a major move to the upside or a major move to the downside before the 30th of April, which is in about 3 weeks. Probably much sooner. Usually it breaks out sooner. But Baby Doge, I would say a breakup of 18 is extremely bullish. But until you break that 18 level, it's not bullish. So all right, that's Baby Doge. Volt Inu. All right, got it. Let me make sure. Any thoughts on QSP and KRL? Let me look at that in a second. So, Volt Inu. This is a newer coin. First of all, what is the volume? The volume is 185,000, but it's only been out since, December of last year. Okay, that's 4 months. All right, so this chart still doesn't look great, but it looks better than the other one, kind of. So using I'll do it where it first came out, I guess, because there's not a lot of. Where do I want to do the fibs from on this? So I'm gonna do the fibs from the last major local low to the local top. I think that's what I'll do. So right now, if you were to get the bounce to the upside, the 236 fib is at 35.59 on Volt Inu. That's the level you'd have to break. You'd pretty much have to get above 36. Anything above 36 is bullish. And to the downside targets, I'd be looking for... The next downside target is obviously that local low at 26.69, but if you don't hold that, damn, it had a huge capitulation down, at least according to Liz, probably lose a 0, I think, and go down to pretty much the first major local low when it came out. So it'd be the local low on the 1st, or the 31st of December, which is all the way at 44.95, which I think you'd lose a 0 to do that. What's the market cap on this? 21 million? Or is that 20? Yeah, it's 21 million, so it has a really small market cap. I just don't know the use case. Volt Inu for the moon play is probably, I think this is a better, Volt Inu looks like more of a moonshot than Baby Doge. Baby Doge has proven over the course of the last few months that the project is pretty much dead. Volt Inu still has potential in my opinion, but it definitely could fall off a cliff and go all the way back to that local low. That would be the next fib if you don't hold 2707. So someone asked for QSP. Where to buy ElonOne? You can buy on Uniswap. I use Coinbase Wallet to do it. You can also connect it through Trust Wallet. Someone had a question about that earlier. If you guys want to know or don't know how to use Uniswap, you can. There's a video on YouTube. If you just search how to buy ElonOne, and there's a video that's like 10 minutes, 10 seconds long. Otherwise, if you join my Telegram group, I can send you the link to the YouTube video as well. So, yeah. But Uniswap is where people buy it at. Technically, you can also buy it on Hotbit, which is a Japanese exchange, but the problem with buying it there is then if you're going to hold long term, you're not going to get the redistributions. Coinbase Wallet pays redistributions. Hotbit does not. All right, so QSP on the one-day chart for this. Who knows what this is? Because I sure don't. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the fibs from the last major... How long has this been on Coinbase for? It came out the 3rd of February. All right, so I'm going to do it from the last major local low, which was 4.3 cents. And then I'm going to do it to the last local high without using the wicks, which was 7.8 cents. You did have a crazy wick to 11.1. I'm not going to use that. So technically the next target... currently you're at 7.4 cents right now. The next target to the downside would be 7 cents. That's a 236 fib. Then you have the 382 fib down here at 6.5. Those are the next two targets to the downside. To the upside, you would have to get back above 7.86 cents. Then you'd be targeting 8.7 and then finally 10.1 and then that local high, of course. Let's look at the RSI and see how that looks on the 15-minute chart for QSP. 15-minute chart is overbought. The 1-hour chart is bottom and it looks bullish. The 4-hour chart is high, so it's a wait for that to correct type of deal. I do look for things for coins that are low on the daily and high on the 4-hour, so then you just wait for the 4-hour RSI chart to reset, and when that happens, then you could get into this right now. But 7 cents is on the table for QSP. So the other one was KRL. Let's look at KRL now. I've looked at this before. Definitely have looked at this before. I've owned this before too. KRL. No, I didn't type that in right. All right, so KRL is currently at $1.19. It is looking like you're getting rejected, or not getting rejected, but you're right now at resistance at the... Well, no, you're not. The 618 fib is at $1.05, and that was major support for a really, really long time. Now you're at $1.185. Next target to the upside is the 0.382 fib, I believe, which is currently at $1.15. I guess we're there right now. And just a second. Your $1.15 is the next target. If you get above that, you're going to be targeting $1.33 on KRL. All right, so let's go look at the 15-minute chart on the RSI for that. That is overbought, so definitely stay away from that. The 1-hour chart's sky high, and the 4-hour is sky high, and the daily chart is probably getting a rally. So really, KRL is not a coin I'd be buying. It looks like it's up quite a bit today, up 23%. So to me, I would stay away. Also, if that was the high up there at $1.22, that's a lower high than the previous one of almost $2. So clearly, we're in a downtrend if that was topping out right there. So some sort of resistant lower high is definitely not bullish for KRL. So I would stay away from this right now. But that's kind of those are my thoughts on those coins. If you guys enjoyed that, I appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe button, because we do go live every Monday and Friday, usually at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. So you already made $40,000 in ElonOne, not pulling out until 8 million, until 8 trillion. I'm assuming you mean 8 billion, or do you mean? Yeah, so what price did you get in at? I'm curious. I got in at 32 on ElonOne. Let me go back to ElonOne so the YouTube people can see it. So right now we're at 42. The volume is so low. But I got in at 32 the other day. For a long time I was in at 35, but then I DCA'd in lower the other day. And now my average is 32. Yeah. So congrats for that, because we're still super early. And really, we'll see what happens with the market. If Ethereum and Bitcoin make a new all-time high this year, there's a very good chance that we do over 100x. I hate saying 1000x because that's almost unbelievable. But really, 1000x from where ElonOne is now would be a $25 billion market cap, and that's definitely not out of the question at all. I mean, Shiba was at 50 billion, so 1000x is possible. Unlikely, but possible. And if it did happen, it probably doesn't happen for a few months at least, bare minimum. But XRP about to pop. All right, so I think I'm way behind on chat, but I'll look at XRP. Appreciate that. Average at 7 zeros and 0.1, not taking any money to a 200x from here. Congrats, because I think that's very I would recommend, though, my strategy is, everyone has their own strategy, right, for ElonOne. But if we ever get the moonshot and the preview and the launch and everything, my strategy is going to be to take a little bit of profit and probably first get my initial investment out when we hit $1 billion market cap, and then after that maybe like sell 5 to 10% of whatever I have left in my bag. But yeah, I don't know. We'll play it by ear too, because I'd always like to have 1 trillion coins. So we'll see what happens. So we'll look at XRP. The next flight to the moon, ElonOne. Yes, I think it could be. So all right. So let me go look at XRP now. XRP. No problem. All right, so XRP. All right. So XRP, so this 618 is currently at 80 cents. If you're above 80, if you get a moon, I'll say this. Let's be safe and say, well, no, anything above 81 cents is extremely bullish for XRP. You could say 80 cents. Oh my God. All right, we're back. All right, so it's saying for TikTok, my limit for the day is up. But anything above 81 cents is extremely bullish for XRP, because anything above that would be above the 618, and you'd be bullish above that. So to the downside is a 0.5 fib, which is at 76 cents. That's really what you're trying to get above right now. And I'm using this fibs based off of the 92 cents being the high and the local bottom being 62 cents almost. So let's see how the RSI is looking. If the RSI is, oh yes, so this is what I look for, guys. If you guys are on YouTube, you can see my screen. The daily chart on the RSI is low. Let's go check the 4-hour out. That 4-hour needs to reset. So this is still not a buy in my opinion on XRP, but it's really close because the daily is low. If once the 4-hour resets into oversold territory, that's when you hop into a trade. Also, then you got to check the 1 hour. 1 hour is already low, but by the time the 4-hour gets low, is the 1 hour still low? That's what you have to check for. And the 15-minute is right now high, but that doesn't matter because you're still going to wait for the 4-hour to come down and reset. But the daily, given the fact that the daily looks low, that's bullish to me. Also, yeah, let's look at the 4-hour. Yeah, so I would say our XRP is close to a moonshot, but there's still not a perfect recipe Still not the perfect storm for that to moon, but I do think it probably does so later this month. Any pump coming to JASMY, I mean, I did talk about JASMY. I did think short term, JASMY is probably going to go to 3.4 or 2.4, I should say, before a nice bounce. I did get in at 3.65 or 3.7. So, you know, at this point, I'm just going to hold JASMY. If Bitcoin goes to 100K, JASMY will have a recovery anyway. And I only had like $1,000 in it. So, yeah. But I would say short-term, JASMY's not going to have a nice move up, especially if Bitcoin keeps going down to 42K. ElonOne is the next 1,000X coin. Appreciate the follow, guy, and appreciate the likes. So 3,000 likes, holy crap! All right. So that's kind of all I got. If you guys have any requests, let me know. I'll wait a few more minutes, and yeah. If you guys are just joining, I do want to say this to wrap things up. Bitcoin is probably going to go to 42K sometime today or tomorrow, probably tonight. Then I would expect a nice bounce to 43.3, and I would expect for the next Friday through Sunday, probably consolidation between those zones. You could definitely go a little bit lower or a little bit higher, but I think for most of the weekend, that's the trading range you're going to be in for Bitcoin. If you break 43.3, that's really bullish. If you get rejected off that and retest 42K, that's not bullish in my opinion at all. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen, but that's kind of what I am thinking is going to happen for Bitcoin over the weekend. I love your TA. You're definitely making some good calls, man. Much love. Appreciate it. Check out SafeMoon. Well, I've checked it out before, guys. SafeMoon had its run. I want to find coins that can do really well. I want to find coins before any bullish things have happened, like ElonOne. But I'll look out SafeMoon. SafeMoon. So that's not the right SafeMoon. I don't know where I would go to chart that because I'm on Dex Tools right now and I don't think they're gonna have a SafeMoon chart unless I go over to, hold on, maybe I have an exchange that will show me. Maybe crypto.com will show me. Do they have SafeMoon on there? No. So I don't know where I would find the chart for SafeMoon. But I will look at this. I will look at the CoinGecko and see what the market cap is for SafeMoon to tell you if it could still do well, which obviously everything's going to do well if Bitcoin goes back to 100K, but it's saying the market cap is $570 million. So it definitely could. How much is it down from the all-time high? 70%. So it has potential, but it's not going to be like a 100x coin anymore. SafeMoon had its run. So yeah, that's my opinions on SafeMoon. Alrighty, so I have to type in SFM. Okay, SFMV2. No. On Dex Tools, I don't see anything, so it could still do a 10x. I'll say that. I'll leave it at that. They did switch their contract address. Okay. But even if I type in SFM, I don't see anything. Isn't SafeMoon on a Binance or is it on Ethereum? I think it's on Binance, so I don't think I'm going to be able to chart that. Yeah, exactly. SafeMoon potential 2 to 10x. I think a 10x is possible. I would say 5 to 10x because a $500 million market cap is really nothing. But I think the hype has gone and left it, just like the hype has gone and left Shiba. Is it going to pump again? Yes. Is Dogecoin going to pump again? Possibly, probably. But I think Shiba and SafeMoon have a much better chance than Dogecoin to pump. I mean, Dogecoin is inflationary, and I don't know if SafeMoon is deflationary or not. I know ElonOne is hyper deflationary, but yeah, BNB network. So I don't chart those. I don't chart Binance coins because it doesn't work on Dex Tools, and I pretty much only trade Ethereum. I've tried to use Pancake Swap before. I can't figure it out, so I just gave up, and it doesn't matter. It's all good. I don't know why I have 2 of these open. That's kind of weird. All right, so that's kind of all I got. If you guys have any other requests, then keep them coming. But for right now, I think that's kind of all I got. I'm going to end the stream. Thanks, guys, for joining. I will be live next Monday, hopefully. I don't know exactly what time I do start a new job, and I'm assuming I'm working Monday, and I don't know what shift I have, but I will try to go live Monday at some time, hopefully in the afternoon again, so it's similar time to this, maybe the same time, but be on the lookout for another stream. So with that being said, that's all I got. Thanks, guys, for joining. I will see you guys next week. Have a good weekend, and hopefully ElonOne gets some bullish news this weekend. Alrighty, so that's all I got. Thanks, guys, for joining, and I'm going to end the YouTube stream now.